And later, they are going to be honoring Rick Fox, something we'll be talking about between the first and second quarters. They're going to give Rick a jersey. It's going to be framed. Good to see Foxy back in the building. Starting five for Avery Johnson's Dallas Mavericks. Nowitzki, Howard, Dampier in the middle with Adrian Griffin, who was unemployed just a little more than a month ago, and Jason Terry in the backcourt. Former Atlanta Hawk and Arizona Wildcat. And a little general. One of the unique guys. You don't play defense, you're not going to play for him. And while we talk about the Lakers defense, well, that's where the Mavericks have stepped up their game as well. And the 5s and 4 of the Lakers, same we've seen over the last few. Lamar and Brian down low, along with Chris Mihm in the middle, and Kobe and Smushy in the backcourt. And Phil has said after the game the other night, he said Lamar just looked hesitant. That was the word he used. So let's see if we can get still an early beginning for Lamar Odom. It's needed.
Well, obviously it's needed from Lamar, but I think it's needed after, especially the way the Lakers lost their last game. It's needed by everybody. They need to get out of the gate in a hurry tonight.
Lamar working against Griffin. Smush, quick catch and shoot. Man, long rebound for Kobe. Lakers lead early.
Long shot, long rebound, and Kobe tracked it down and makes his first attempt.
And the Lakers facing a team that can put it together offensively. It was 109-106 Lakers. Kobe was amazing that night with 43 points. On the pick and roll, Dampier got it late. Now it's going to be Terry. They don't shoot, believe it or not, as many threes. The Lakers, in fact, have taken 91 more threes. Kobe on the crossover, trying to barge his way in. Good defense by the length of Howard and the help from Dampier. Josh Howard the other way. And Nowitzki up against the smaller man puts it back. He was trying to be boxed. Well, Smush was trying to box him out.
Well, you box out, but you also then try to jump as well, because if you're just boxing and the guy is a lot taller than you, and he's able to get a rebound from behind without committing a foul.
Right, no loose ball foul. You may have come over your back had you gone up. Good point. Kobe, 2 for 2. Lakers lead by 2.
Well, they got Adrian Griffin in the lineup, and I would think his responsibility should be to play Kobe, since his reputation is that of a defender.
Yeah, there's a loose ball foul. Dampier gets his first. He fouled out. You might remember last Monday night, and it didn't hurt the Mavericks.
First 2 shots for Kobe from the perimeter, as he missed the driving shot, but the first one was a miss from Smush, and then working on an isolation play. And I feel sorry for you, Howard, because you're going to be seeing that all night long.
Smush on the handoff, and he's grabbed from behind by Jason Terry. So a couple of free throws coming up. And while we're on the subject of Kobe and trying to track him, I bet he feels after watching that film with David Wesley on the baseline, I wish I would have taken more than 13 shots. Hindsight's perfect, isn't it?
Well, you know what Kobe was doing, though. He's doing what he has been doing pretty much in this winning streak, and he's really been distributing the basketball. But there's the fine line that he walks as well, knowing when to be super aggressive himself and appease all the critics, and then pass the basketball. You know, the guy's the player of the week last week in the Western Conference when he averaged almost 34 points in the 4 games. So, I mean, he's such a talented player that sometimes we take him for granted, thinking that he can do things all by himself or when they are needed to be done.
Well, Smush gets 1 of 2. And we talked about it, we're spoiled by his brilliance. There's no question. We're watching one of the great players in the history of the game every night. And we will for some time, fortunately, in his 10th year. 5-2 Lakers.
Well, right now, Kobe is guarding Adrian Griffin, so he can be like a center fielder, try to disrupt the Maverick offense.
Chris Mihm tried to tap it over. Howard saves it. Who's going to get it? Good job, Brian Cook. Made sure Nowitzki didn't get to it. Kobe on the run, up against Griffin with a spin. And the Lakers increase their lead to 7-2.
Well,
nifty move.
I can't say enough about the play of Brian Cook that led to 2 points. Without him diving for that ball and tapping it to Kobe, the Mavericks get possession of it.
Now in 2.5 minutes, they've already produced 50% of their output in the first quarter from Sunday night when they had 14. Step back, Nowitzki. 6th leading scorer in the NBA, 26 a game. That kind of length and a fall away to boot. 7-4 Lakers.
The Lakers getting much better at getting into their offensive sets.
Early. And now it's Smush lost the handle. Griffin. The Lakers are back in the transition. Nowitzki got Cook off his feet. And then the grab. So Brian Cook with the foul.
Well, speaking of Brian Cook, I talked about his effort a minute ago when he dove for the loose ball. It's free, and all of a sudden, Nowitzki's there. Thought he was going to pick it up. And Brian Cook dives, taps it to Kobe. Kobe does the rest with his acrobatics.
So Brian Cook with his first. Now Dampier setting up Griffin. And Adrian Griffin, who they picked up. You remember he started a few games for the Chicago Bulls. Played for a couple of others. And then out of the league until all of a sudden the injuries hit.
Well, the one thing that he can do that should always, shouldn't say always, but gets him jobs is he can play defense.
Good entry from Lamar to Chris Mihm. Everything but the finish. So now the Mavericks look for their first lead of the game. Lakers 7-6. Lakers are starting the contest 3 through 6. And
Eric Dampier.
Yeah, Dampier's an interesting one.
Well, first of all, he should have dunked the ball because he had lost his sight there of where the rim was when he went up.
Kobe with a beautiful look.
Kobe's shot really looks fluid again tonight, but seemingly it always looks fluid. It's just the end result that is better some nights than others.
How about Kobe with 8 of the first 9 for the Lakers? Second leading scorer in the league. A little over 30 a game. Nowitzki for 3. And it'll be saved. No, out of bounds. Well, now go back to Dampier.
Well, first of all, when you're 7 foot, you just don't lay it up. Look at this. I mean, you dunk the ball. I mean, that's the highest percentage shot in the game. He tries to shoot it off the glass. He does. From one side of the glass to the other. Never grew iron.
We saw that a couple of games ago here, but I'm not going to bring it up. Inside of 8 left in the first quarter. Lamar, yes! So Lamar's already matched his output from last game. 3 points. 12-6 Lakers, and Avery wants a timeout.
Well, Avery needs a timeout because Avery's the kind of a coach that is really trying to preach, obviously, the offensive end, but he wants them to play good defense. And the Lakers have started out on a roll, making 5 out of 8 from the field. Lamar capping it off with his first shot of the night. Happened to be a 3, and the Lakers jump out on top by 6, 12-6. Well, 7:43 to go here in the first quarter, and the Lakers on top by 6. And last week, the Lakers and the Mavericks faced one another in Dallas, and it was quite a meeting. And the Lakers went into Dallas and playing confidently, and they continued that play, led by number 8, Kobe Bryant. He had himself quite a ball game. I mean, quite a ball game. But the shot that everybody remembered was the one that the Lakers down 1, shot clock winding down, and Kobe shoots a 30-footer and puts the Lakers up, and they eventually won it by 3.
We knew we were sitting on something special at halftime, didn't we? 58-56 Lakers. We got up like, whoa. It was really something else. And the Lakers play a real clean game as it's tapped out off the miss. So a second chance. How about a third? No. Yes, it is going to be a third. Usually a long rebound, and that's what you got to worry about is Howard. Yeah, he took a real quick step. Chris Mihm has it tapped away, but stayed with the play. Now it's stolen by Griffin. A 4th try. Do you believe this?
Are you kidding me?
And Dampier.
You give a team 3 times and tries, and you normally pay the price.
Well, you better increase your lead off of it because they're 3 for 13. And Brian Cook does exactly that. 14-6. Lakers by 8 after that sequence. Do you believe it?
Well, that's what happens. And you get 4 chances and you don't score. Rest assured the opposition is going to score on their attempt.
Well, on the pick and roll.
That's the way you finish.
He finished strong that time with a reach and a foul. So it stops a 7-0 run. And the foul.
Nice job by Jason Terry coming off the high screen. And all of a sudden, off the dribble to bounce pass. And I guess he decided, well, I missed the last one because I tried to get cute. I'm not going to be cute on this one. I'm going to hammer it. Get the 3-point opportunity.
Second year of a max 6-year deal. Okay. 6:43 to play in the first quarter. And it was a sign and trade to get him. As you remember, Nahara and a couple of others went the other way to Golden State. Then Nahara ended up in Denver late last year. Lakers up by 5. 3-point play, and it's thrown away. Smush. A little bit too early on the release. Kobe had not gotten the position. And you know what I mentioned right when we were talking about the Monday game? The thing I loved about it, only 8 turnovers in that game last Monday for the Lakers.
You have to keep possession of the ball to increase your chances of winning. You keep turning it over, your chances keep going down to 2.
Right. That's already the 3rd giveaway for the Lakers. Nowitzki. I think he likes that shot.
Again, I forgot. This is my bad. I was going to tell Brian Cook about learning how to start stripping Dirk from the floor to his waist, because once he gets it past there and gets it over his head, you don't block his shot.
Lamar too strong, but batted all the way out by Chris Mihm. Kobe keeps it alive a little leaner, and Kobe does it again. 16-11. How hot is Kobe? Wow. He's got 10, and he's 4 of 5, making 5 of 6 now, Stu.
That was just another hustle play by Kobe. Two Mavericks had a chance at the ball, but Kobe's speed and desire just got him the ball before they got there.
Dallas Mavericks also a very good rebounding team, as Marquise Daniels in for the first time, and he lost it. Chris Mihm came over to help out Lamar Odom on the run and Smush, trying to lose Griffin, and Griffin grabs him. That'll be a couple of free throws for Parker.
Good job of getting from offense to defense, getting out into transition. I keep talking about Kobe's efforts in the way he beats players to the ball, because he plays this game with such an amount of passion and energy that he's always going to be one of the first to the loose balls. And tonight, he's really got his jumper working, even the little floating jump shot. Right. 5 out of 6, 10 of the Lakers' 16 points.
And he's got 4 of the first 7 boards. Smush still at about 39% from three-point land, even though three-pointer was not there for the Lakers, but they stuck with it way too much in the last game against the Houston Rockets. And the Lakers they've gotten away from the three-point play. They've been moving the ball, getting better looks as Devin George comes in. Brian Cook will sit down. He already had 2 early fouls. And Smush, you got to make your free throws. You're a guard, you better make a good 80%.
And also coming in for the Mavericks is Sagana Diop. So it's going to be interesting to see if he can continue his fine play. They're very, very happy with him as Smush goes 0 for 2 from the charity stripe.
Wasted opportunity for the Lakers after the setup for Smush. 16-11. The Lakers 1 of 4. Smush rather 1 of 4 at the stripe. Now Josh Howard, mismatch, the fall away over Chris Mihm.
Josh Howard keeps the ball nice and high over his head as well. And he did a good job of getting separation from Chris Mihm. Otherwise, Chris might have been able to affect that shot.
Dallas Mavericks coming into the game 9th in the league in scoring, 2nd in the league in field goal percentage. So they come off Chris Mihm. The high hand is Kobe. Got to make a decision. It was knocked away, so Chris had it ripped away, and it should be Nowitzki. Let's see if they actually called it on him. Yes. So he gets his first. Man, the Mavericks out of fouls the rest of the quarter. 4:51 to play in the first 12 minutes, and that is their 4th team foul. Chris on his way up will shoot 2.
Well, let's see what they can do about converting now. You know, the Lakers, as hot as they may be from the field, thanks to Kobe, they're equally as cold from the charity stripe. 1 out of 4. Chris to shoot 2.
Okay.
Making 1 out of 5. When you're shooting 20% from the gift, and that's what that is, that's an absolute gift. You're not going to win many games.
The Lakers 17th in the league percentage-wise at the stripe, facing a 75% shooting team. The Dallas Mavericks are 11th best. And Chris Mihm gets 1 of 2. So the Lakers up by 4, 17-13. They have already exceeded their output from the first quarter of last game, but you knew that was going to happen. The level of competition is up, and your play is going to be up, and that's the case tonight. They wanted to go over the top of Kobe fronting Howard, and you believe it, Kobe's going to get a foul even though he was in front of Josh Howard.
Kobe was trying to front him there, and that's what happened. Then when he tried to get back around, Josh Howard did a pretty good job of locking him up and then almost pulling him down. That's a good job by Josh. Front, he keeps trying to get around, then a little bit off balance play there, and they both go to the floor.
He was smart, though. You see the way he locked Kobe's arm? He sold it. Now, almost tapped away, and it stays in bounds off Orlando's pool, one of the 3 officials. He's working with Leroy Richardson. Little lead. As Nowitzki tries one of those long rainbows. Here's Steve Javie.
You talk about a difficult shot to get to, and that's Dirk Nowitzki. He's 7 foot. He falls away with it and keeps it high over his head.
Chris Mihm wanted the entry. It was going to be a difficult one, and now Kobe hit on his way in. Reverses it anyway, even with the contact early.
They saw that shot in Dallas, and they're seeing it again here at Staples Center. So Kobe working his magic along the baseline.
Kobe 6 of 7. He's got 12 of the first 19 for the Lakers. Now too close. Nowitzki again on the step back. So Nowitzki trying to keep up with him. He's got 8. The Lakers by 4, 19-15. The The Lakers getting 2/3 of their shots. That's the problem with the Mavericks at only 39%. Chris Smith, great position, and with the left hand doesn't get the finger roll.
Well, I don't know if Chris will tried to use the glass or just wanted to shoot it straight in that time. As it turns out, he missed it. That's a play there where you break down defensively coming back.
Stay with
Nobody talked. Nobody talked. When you got early offense, you really have to do a lot of communicating because sometimes you have cross matches where the guy you're guarding isn't guarding you, so it's hard to get to him. So Lakers didn't communicate, and Phil Jackson not very happy. He's called the timeout still. 3 minutes and 11 to go here in the first quarter. And Kobe trying to keep the Lakers on top, showing them all of the arsenal. That's just beautiful basketball. That's athleticism. I don't think you teach that particular move. You either have it or you don't. And guess what? Kobe, you got it.
Sales event where you'll find the best values of the year on your favorite Lexus vehicles. See your Lexus dealer.
7. His shooting percentage of late has been spectacular. I mean, the first 16 games, 42%. Well, he's made the adjustment as to what defensively teams are doing. For the last 8 games, his percentage has really risen quite a bit.
Kwame Brown in, so is Sasha. Devin George had taken over for Brian Cook. Kobe stays out there, and Kobe will get it again. Kobe could have a double-double by the end of the quarter. That is his 5th board. Inside he goes, creates contact, and looks for the three-point play.
You see how he jumped that time?
Yes.
He had more of an open lane if he goes straight to the glass when he got past his defender, but he jumps right into the chest of the big to stop him from being able to really elevate and get the block. Right there he goes right into him. Contact. Count it, and 1. That classifies as a blocking foul. And Kobe goes to the line to see if he can complete the three-point play. On his way to point number 15.
He's got it. Keeping the free throw line. The other guys haven't been able to do it there. And Kobe, well, he's hitting his jumpers, hit the free throw. Three-point play. Marquise Daniels, he's missed the last 2 with a strained neck. You knew he'd be ready for this one. Devin Harris in there for the first time tonight. The first-round pick last year out of Wisconsin.
He hurt the Lakers with his ability to get to the charity stripe, so you got to keep him off the line.
Go runner. Man, the Lakers weren't ready for the board, and Job almost beats him with a second-chance opportunity.
Nice recognition by Job. I don't know if his teammates were yelling at him from the bench, but there were only 3 seconds when he shot it.
Devin. He had a clean look. But the Lakers, as I mentioned, they didn't do anything from the three-point line. And Sasha's got the foul from behind.
Smart play by Devin Harris that time. What he did was Sasha on his left side, and Sasha's trying to run back and try to get in front of him, but Harris kept keeping the angle away from him by keeping the body going on him, and that kept contact, and finally the whistle.
22-17. Lakers by 5, and I hope they don't fall in love with 3. Sasha, Devin, last game, you remember they were combined 2 for 10. Get the ball inside, create contact. They almost took it away. Marquise Daniels found his clone, Josh Howard, on the jump stop. Almost been an incredible play. And last touch, well, it's saved. I thought it was headed out of bounds off Lamar. That's a break.
Well, it was definitely headed out of bounds off of Lamar, but real estate was in the Lakers' favor, and Devin George was able to track it down.
Final 2 minutes, Devin. A deuce. That's good. The Lakers lead by 7. So Devin got a little closer. Final 95 seconds. And Sasha's got another foul, even though he thought he had the position. He tries to sell it, but he's going to go to the bench with his second, I believe.
Now that brings Luke Walton off the bench in a hurry, but I don't know if that was for Sasha or it was coming in for somebody else. But with the free throw opportunity here, it'll give Phil Jackson a chance to assess if he wasn't sending him in for Sasha, maybe he better. Now he's coming in for Lamar.
Right, yeah. So he'll take over for Lamar, the small forward spot. And now a real small lineup. And Van Horn, all of a sudden, he looks like the Jolly Green Giant in that uniform with the lineup on the floor. Sagana, Job, and Kwame, the true big guys on the floor.
Well, we talked, or at least I did, talk about Devin Harris hurting the Lakers from the charity stripe in that last game. And already he gets to the line for 2, misses 1 of the 2, but you got to keep him off the line.
Yeah, it's interesting, the kind of calls that we talked about that he got to the line with last game. Devin, with the shot clock coming down, got to make a decision. And now it's Kwame. And boy, Devin, with 5-4 left on the shot clock, you're going to a guy who's got his back to the clock anyway.
That was one of those possessions where the Lakers wasted a lot of time trying to get into their set, actually trying to get it to Kobe to start with, and they couldn't.
Now you talked about Devin Harris. How about 10 of 10 to the line last game on that one? He blows a good look. Yeah, he took it away, but it's going to be a reach. Devin Harris and a couple of free throws coming up for Devin George.
The Lakers dodged one there because it looked like the Mavericks were going to be able to come up with that steal after the easy miss or the missed shot of an easy shot by Devin Harris, but the foul ensued, and now free throws are coming. Who's going to the line, Devin George or Kwame Brown?
Well, when you look at the numbers, Stu, 24-18, you think the Lakers should be up by more. 33% for the field for the Dallas Mavericks. The Lakers 59% so far.
And that's just misleading.
Right.
Take Kobe out of that mix. And
without a doubt. And the missed free throws by the Lakers, although Kwame. And they said Kwame there. I thought it was Devin George, but Kwame gets the first.
Laurent Prophet comes in for Kobe with less than a minute to play. And Kobe really carrying the load offensively. Doesn't have, he does have one foul. But when you got it rolling like that as a player, never like to come out of that. You know, you want to, till my tongue drags on the floor, I'm good.
Yeah, till the hot hand dries up, and another miss at the stripe. And are we going to have a lane violation?
No, there's some blood on Kwame. They have to.
Yes, he got a cut. It looks like across his arm.
They're trying to find it.
58.1 to play. Lakers by 7. That matches their largest lead of the first half. And they've done a good job across the board, but they have not succeeded at the free throw line. That's the biggest minus right now. You have 5 misses in the first quarter alone at the free throw line.
Well, maybe they
4
won't
of
miss
9.
They'll go the rest of the game. They won't miss any.
Up 5. Well, it's the Grizzlies and the Lakers a week from tomorrow night. Join us. Hard to believe. Only home for 3. Now gone for 3 again. Now, it'll bode well if the Lakers can get a winning formula at home, because there's going to be a ton of home games down the stretch for the Lakers. The schedule is much better after the All-Star break for the Lakers when it comes to home and road. Now, Kobe the hot hand. Now Lamar and Kobe, don't forget, in the final minute of play are going to be on the bench. So they tend to Kwame, and we are ready to go.
Well, let's see what the last 58 of the first quarter will do with the Lakers number 1 and number 2 punch sitting it out. But this unit, they've had some opportunities to play well during this streak of 8 to 9 games, and they've played pretty well.
Laurent Prophet up against Daniels on the follow-away, making Howard, and Sasha's got it on the opposite side. Way too long.
You see how Laurent Prophet challenged that shot, and that ended up being almost a brick by Howard.
Barely got across the rim. Now Kwame at the post. Will they repost it? No. Nice kick. Laurent Prophet right on line. Too strong. So good look for Laurent after the high screen.
And when you run your offense and you miss a shot within the offense, coaches can't say a word. Obviously, they would like you to make the shot, but they know you're not missing shots on purpose. So as long as you get shots in the offense, when you start forcing shots and missing, all of a sudden now they got a different score.
Van Horn. And that'll do it as they miss the corner jumper. So Sasha tried to sell it, and Van Horn rode him all the way to the floor. They both went down, but the Lakers, well, they got a break at the end of the quarter as well.
Well, they rode the 15 points to Kobe into this first quarter lead, and they are really happy that that young man showed up. They're also happy that their defense is being pretty effective. Dallas missing their last 7 shots from the field. That has enabled the Lakers to go back up by 7. 3 quarters left to play. Can the Lakers put together a full game?
Ladies and gentlemen, he played 7 years with the Lakers, a member of 3 World Championship teams. Tonight, we are giving him his last jersey that he wore. On your feet, time to greet number 17, Rick Fox.
This was the scene while we were away, and everybody on their feet at Staples Center. One of the most loved Lakers in recent years, and a big part of those banners up on the wall here at Staples Center. And what a good person. What a you talk about, we bring up chemistry and glue guys in the locker room. Rick Fox epitomized that.
Yeah, Rick was one of those players that, you know, just when you think about a basketball team, Rick is one of those players that just epitomizes team. I mean, the guy knows whatever it takes to help his team win. In that first quarter, it was Kobe and Dirk getting it done offensively. Kobe leading the way, obviously, with 15. Mavericks only shot 31%. They ought to be very happy that they're only down by 7.
Right. Nowitzki is back in. How about Kobe 7 of 8 and the rest of the squad 3 of 10 from the field? Well, it's got to pick up for the rest of the guys, man. Nobody has got more than 3 among the starting 5 except for Kobe, and there's a breakdown defensively to start things off.
Real nice look by Dirk. Caught the ball on an ISO play, and as Keith Van Horn was wide open, Dirk makes the nice pass.
So the Lakers give up a deuce. Luke with contact and bouncing off Devin Harris.
Well, if he's going to match up with Devin Harris, don't try to take him off the dribble like that. It was successful that time. Take him to the box where all you have to do is catch it and use your size.
Man, Devin Harris slicing his way into the paint with an answer off the window.
And he is guarding Luke, so Luke should go to the box and just use his size advantage.
Kobe went around the double and is grabbed by Jason Terry. What a decoy. Before Kwame could even come out to set, he was gone.
Well, and that's what we call the explosion step, because when a defensive player knows that somebody's coming to set a screen, they start hedging toward the screen, wanting to get over it. And then you just go away from the screen real hard, real quick, and you can find yourself open going to the basket.
Real alert play by Kobe before they could respond, but that's the kind of start he's had tonight. So the Lakers send the right guy to the line. Not even a minute gone by in the second quarter as the Lakers try to win the homestand. And now on Lakers Live Wired tonight, the man we were just talking about, who was honored between the first and second quarters, given his jersey, Rick Fox courtside. Rick, you want to put that jersey back on?
It's very tempting right now, but we got a lead, so I'm quite all right over here.
I tell you, Rick, you look as good, if not better, than you did when you retired. How you doing it?
Well, you know what? There's a lot of time left to take care of the body, and as you know, with the season in the NBA, most of your downtime is spent recovering as opposed to training, and right now I got a lot of free time, so I get to work out 5 days a week.
Free time? What do you mean free time? You're not getting into the business?
I'm sorry?
Are you getting into the acting business?
Yeah. I've been on a show called Love Inc. on UPN on Thursday nights at 8:30. There's a little plug for them. And I go back in January, back to work for 5 more episodes on that show, and I've enjoyed it. There's also some other development going on, and I'm just staying active.
Following the side as they go over the top, the mismatch. Luke Walton saw it. We're talking with Rick Fox on Lakers Live Wired. Rick, tell us, because we were just talking about how much we appreciated what you brought to the locker room, a chemistry, a glue guy, a total team player. What do you miss the most about putting on the uniform and being with those guys?
Well, right now, from this side of the court, you know, I'm not actually in the game. That's probably the competition is one thing I miss the most, but also competing with a group of guys who you spend your years with. And you know, like I look at Kobe, I've been watching Kobe and Luke now, and also seeing Devin and Cookie and these guys I played with. You know, you remember the times you battled together, and you miss that.
You know, you mentioned competing with Kobe, etc. In practice a lot. You matched up a little bit with number 8. How defensively, and you were known as a defender, how difficult a task is guarding Kobe Bryant?
Well, he made me a better defender every night, because I wasn't going to see a better 2-guard in the league outside of practice. And for that, anytime I stepped on the court to defend an individual, I had the utmost confidence knowing that I had a good chance of doing a decent job.
Kobe gets a couple, Lakers by 6. Rick, you never want to be a broadcaster, do you? You're smarter than that, aren't you, Rick?
I'm sorry, it's a little loud down here.
You're not inclined. You're reading scripts. You have no inclination at all to be a broadcaster, right?
You know, it's a compliment to think that people might want to hear me talk about basketball, but I enjoy watching it. I'm in the fan mode. I'm trying out this fan mode right now to see if I can do that, as opposed to... You guys do an incredible job. I'd rather sit at home and listen to you guys and listen to other people who talk about it and have far more experience and know-how than I do.
Talking with Rick Fox.
Rick, tell me a little bit about where you think the Lakers need to make the most improvement defensively.
Well, you know, for me, you know, personally, I think they, as a young team, they've continued to make strides, and it was exciting to see that last road trip that they go out on the road and they have a 5-1 record, which hasn't been duplicated since I think it was in the early 2000s, and that's exciting because young teams don't do that. And so there had to be some form of defense played for that to happen. And I look at the team tonight, and this style of game right here is more of an up-tempo scoring, push the ball, you know, more layups than normal, but they definitely have the capability of playing defense. They're athletic, they're long. There's a number of guys out here on the court right now that are very long, from Lamar Odom to Devin George to LeBron Prophet. So you think that it's just a conscious effort. First principle of defense, obviously, is staying between your man and the basket.
Yeah, that was an easy one for Kobe, wasn't it, over Nowitzki?
Once you start from there, then you just don't compromise a lot of your position. And I find myself sitting over here calling out picks, but calling out picks for different guys. But you know, talking is another principle.
Well, yeah, and you mentioned talking, and I think that's one of the principles that, from a defensive standpoint, that a lot of teams don't really emphasize enough. And you see players get blindsided, or a player's wide open solely because there wasn't any verbal communication.
Yeah, I mean, if you've been on the bus and on the plane, Stu, Joe, you guys know how much we talk there.
Right.
So to get into an arena in a combative situation like this, where you got 5 guys you're working with, you talk to them all day long. So why not talk to them out there? You know, it's a simple thing to do, but for some reason it's lost art.
Yeah, the communication process continues. Now, you're working the officials down there for the Lakers, aren't you, Rick?
Steve Javie, of all people, right, to be a referee in this game. he and I have.
One of your favorites?
He's definitely teched me up a number of times across my career, but I haven't got his eye yet, but I have yelled at him once already.
Rick Fox with us tonight on Lakers Live Wired. Oh, Rick, and you definitely don't want to sit on a bench. You're not going to be a coach either, right?
You know, I would never say never to any of those things. It's too much. I have too much love for the game.
Right.
I have too much love for the Lakers.
See, I'm saying it because we'd like to see you back in the game eventually.
You know, that's kind of why I had to stay away for a while, man, Joel. I tell you the truth. It's that fear that if I got down here, that I'd try to head over there and put on a uniform. And now I'm quite assured now that that's not a possibility. So I can come and be a fan.
Yeah, the run continues for the Dallas Mavericks, as the Mavericks now are only down by 2. We continue our conversation with 8:45 to play in the half. The former Laker Rick Fox is between the first and second quarters. Gave Rick the last jersey he played in. Framed as Luke Walton puts the Lakers back up by 4. Andrew Bynum and some of the younger ones. Kwame Brown comes over. It's got to be encouraging for you, as you said, 5-1 on the road trip. Now, do you track the Lakers? Do you, like us, obviously, do you build your schedule around Laker games?
Yeah, I do. I got them on TiVo. I go home, I watch them sometimes at times of the night that maybe most people don't watch basketball. But yeah, I don't miss a game. I watch out of interest, because I want to see not only the guys I played with do well, but now that Phil and the coaching staff are back together, I want to see them have success. I watch with obviously with a critical eye, and I make my calls to management, and Mitch and I get out sometimes, and we share our thoughts. And there's not a bigger Laker fan out there now. Obviously, there's a lot of Laker fans, but I consider myself one of the biggest, because my heart is with this organization, and I want us to rise to the top again.
You know, one last thing, Rick, and you mentioned with the Lakers having Phil Jackson back, you have having played for him real quickly. How was it playing for Phil Jackson?
Well, I just recognized I missed that whistle of his, and I've seen him give a couple guys a couple looks and a couple yells, and his passion is obviously there, and his enthusiasm for the game and getting this team to play at a higher level is there, and I'm excited to know that he's back being driving the ship here for the Lakers.
Yeah, we're all lucky to have Phil back. We agree with you on that. Rick, congratulations on the ceremony tonight. By the way, we all miss you, Rick. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Rick Fox. Welcome back once again to Staples Center. Joel Myers along with Stu Lance, a 36-32 lead for the Lakers over the Dallas Mavericks. The Lakers win tonight. They will win the season series from the Dallas Mavericks. Only appearance of Dallas at Staples against the Lakers this year. They'll face the Clippers again here, but it's their only appearance in town against the Lakers. And we saw it against Minnesota, only 3 games against the T-Wolves last year. Well, it's only 3 against the Dallas Mavericks this season. And the Lakers have owned this team at home. 45-9 all time.
And for those that don't know the deal, next year they'll play this team 4 times, and somebody else they'll only face 3. In the last 7 games against the Lakers, the Mavs are 4-3. The previous 66 games, we're stretching this all the way back. 8-58. Wow. Wow, but the Lakers have some pretty good records against most teams.
Without a doubt. Deflection. Smush got his hand on the ball. Kobe on the right. Good distance, and he's grabbed. And now the tumble, unfortunately, but fortunately for Kobe, he had a cushion.
Yeah, the guy that fouled him. They actually tried to hold Kobe up.
Right.
And that was Devin Harris. And you talked about the Lakers getting going, and it's going on the defensive end. Out of bounds play, tapped by Smush, and the Lakers in transition. Kobe gets fouled, and then falling down is Devin Harris on the bottom of the pile. And Kobe, as you mentioned, had a little bit of cushion. He's looking for point number 21 here.
Yeah, and how about 8 for 11 from the field so far, as he's got his 21st. He is 4 of 5, making 5 of 6 now at the free throw line with 5 boards. Luke Walton will sit down, but what a good job he did while he was in there, finding his teammates. Short minutes, already 2 early assists for Luke Walton.
Well, that's Luke doing what Luke does, and he also has made his only 2 field goal attempts. So 4 points and 2 assists for Luke in only about 6-7 minutes.
Kobe barely moved the twine that time. 38-32. Largest lead for the Lakers so far in this game has been 8. We want to thank Rick Fox, one of our all-time favorites, for joining us earlier tonight on Lakers Live.
Oh,
what
goodness.
A jam by Devin Harris down the middle of the lane.
You let Small come down the lane, and he just posterized a few people. That's a nice play, Mr. Harris.
Smush Parker probing. Nothing available inside. Harris used it up at the opposite end, obviously. Kobe wanted to jump it in when Nowitzki came over with a double. All of a sudden, the mindset changed.
I want to see Devin Harris.
Howard fouled by George. Will go to the line to shoot 2.
Boy, a lot of pressure at midcourt, and Devin Harris just explodes and then takes off from the dotted line and says, "Take this." That is nice. Whew.
Did you like that a little?
Oh, yeah, that is very nice.
They've got 6 in double figures in Devin Harris in his second season. Their first-round pick out of Wisconsin last year has a 12 a game. Van Horn 11. How about 6? Boy, talk about balance. Marquise Daniels 13, 15 for Howard. And then it's Nowitzki way up there, 26 with 17 so far a game for Jason Terry. So the Lakers by 4. Howard gets another after missing the first. 1 of 2 at the stripe. Inside of 7 left of the first half. You knew it was going to be a high-scoring game. We had 58-56 for the half of the game Monday night in Dallas. Lakers led by 2. Lakers still at 58%, up to 42% though for the Mavericks. And Kobe had Marquise Daniels coming over his back.
You know, when you have a player that is trailing you on a play like that, you know he's trailing you. If you just stop, he has to run up your back. He gets the foul in that manner. Kobe did a good job of just sealing him, made him try to come over the right shoulder, picked up the contact, and Kobe back to the stripe where he's 6 out of 7.
You remember when Cliff Robinson, when he was 6th man of the year with the Portland Trail Blazers, would change the color of his headband all the time?
Yeah.
So you could pick him out easily?
Yeah.
There weren't clones on the floor for him. I mean, from where we are upstairs at Staples, Daniels, Howard, twin sons from different mothers.
Are you saying they should be changing their headbands or something?
Well, or just wrap it differently. With wide receivers, you can look at the tape on their wrists, their fingers, and you can pick up all little things in the NFL. These guys look a lot alike. Oh, that's Smush with another steal.
Kobe created that.
Yes, Smush, the finger roll.
Well, see, Smush wanted to do what Devin Harris did, but I think Smush took off a little too soon and ran out of airtime.
On his way down too close to the rim. The Lakers more points off a mistake. The Lakers back up by 7. Boy, Smush has been in the middle of a couple of takeaways. What a stroke. Over Lamar, who's not exactly short either with his length, and especially when he extends the arms. 42-37. Nowitzki with 15 on 7 of 11. And that's after a slow start. Kobe, boy, knocked around first by Daniels. Finally, he's got a double. He'll have to go. And can he get it back? No, out of bounds. And I said he had to go because Chris Mimmin already set up at the paint for a while.
Well, 5:43 to go. The Lakers still holding on to a lead. It's a 5-point lead. Phil Jackson trying to figure out how they can make it even more.
Northern California. Joel Myers along with Stu Lance. 5:43 to play in a very entertaining first half between two of the highest scoring teams in the league, the Mavericks and the Lakers. And tomorrow, good matchup. Pac-10 basketball. It'll be the Pac-10 of the ACC. It's the number 7 team in the nation. North Carolina on the road taking on USC. So a rare non-conference showdown here in LA with the Tar Heels in town. Recruiting purposes, I guarantee you. Coverage all starts at 7:30 right here on FSN West. Subtle look. Kevin James courtside tonight. Looks too stressed out, doesn't he?
Oh, he's a character.
What a great look. Now the Lakers doing a good job to stay in front because the Mavericks have been unbelievably hot in the second quarter, hitting 8 of their first 11 tries. Still a ton of time left in the half. Where these two can put it in. Here comes the double. Marquise Daniels just saw it coming. Jason Terry back into the game.
Ooh.
Extra step. Ooh. No, not much. Griffin setting up Daniels. Taken away by Devin George.
See what Devin did. That's what I was talking about. That off the smush. That hit smush.
Yeah, hit smush. Now they're going to give the Lakers a break. They're going to say it hit the baseline before it hit smush. Smush got away with one there.
I was talking about how against Brian Cook against Dirk Nowitzki, stripping him from the waist, from the floor to his waist. That's what Devin George did to start the Lakers in transition. Against certain players, you can do that because I think Dirk is a guy that will definitely show you the basketball.
Call the moving pick on Chris Mihm. As we saw, though, in the replay, the Lakers got a break anyway. It was last touched. It was bounced inbounds and then went off smush way out of bounds. So it goes back to Dallas. 5:20 left in the half, 42-37.
And then the illegal screen by Chris Mihm, and we're right back where we were at the timeout. Right. See if Devin George can get another strip.
Daniels getting it finally with the lead guard, Jason Terry. Terry's way up average-wise after coming over early last season. Pivot and barely drawing iron. That's a rarity for Dirk Nowitzki. That's a patented move of his on that spin and then drop step. He falls away for a big guy. How about the footwork? Now Kobe, deep three. Got it! Lakers lead by 8.
That young man is
for
on
Kobe.
A roll, boy. He caught that one. He didn't even hesitate. The second defender had no chance to get to him.
Smush held off by Jason Terry. That's a veteran move. And Smush coming over to Steve Javie saying, he's holding my arm.
Look at Adrian Griffin out there on that island, and Kobe says, you better bail out because if they leave you here by yourself, you're going to be in deep trouble.
And Kobe's already been at the free throw line a lot tonight. 8 of 9 so far as Terry will shoot 2. But Stu and I have talked about it a couple of times. He could be there even more tonight. The way he has been inside and drawn contact as Terry gets the first of 2. Former Arizona Wildcat. And he hit some shots, some interesting ones when he was a member of the Atlanta Hawks. They asked him to score a lot there. Won a championship with the Wildcats. That program continues to be one of the best in college basketball. 1 of 2, and Devin George made sure it did not get back to the shooter. Good play.
No, it's just fundamental basketball.
Right.
You box the shooter out, and you get the long rebound yourself.
Kobe, early entry, off the window. Got it again. You know things are going well.
Off the window twice.
You've got the Lakers with the biggest lead of the game. He's got 29 of the first 47 for the Lakers.
29 with 4 minutes to play in the half.
One of those nights
for him.
Isolation. Nowitzki wants to go down against Lamar. Tries to bat it away from Dampier, and it stayed in bounds. I thought it was going to crawl over the glass. Kobe coming away with it after Chris Mihm did a lot of work. Another almost had to wait.
That was definitely a heat check there. Because in transition, he just said, hey, I'm hot, and I'm going to take it.
Dampier's heading to the line. They're going to call Mihm on the hole. Chris is saying, good. Give me that foul every trip down 2. Second on Chris. As the Lakers and Mavericks as well. Both teams out of fouls. Kwame Brown's going to be coming in before Chris can get a third.
Keith Van Horn coming back in for the Mavericks as well. So giving Dirk a much needed rest. So this is the stage now where defensively, obviously Keith Van Horn is not Dirk Nowitzki. So they should be able to really increase their intensity individually and not have to worry too much about helping out on Keith Van Horn.
Eric Dampier. Style is interesting, but it worked. Dampier at the free throw line, 48% so far this season, averaging, and for a lot of money, averaging 6 points and 7 boards. 47-39, and he got both. 47-40, despite the fact the Lakers are shooting 58.5%. They're only up by 7. Now get it across the line, and good move. Smush past it across the line. Lamar leaving it off, nobody at home. There's a break, could have been a turnover. Lamar hit a 3, instead Smush for a 3, and it'll go out of bounds. Lamar hit that early 3. He's only 1 for 2 with a couple of boards in 16 minutes of play. So again, we talked about Lamar taking a few more than 5 shots like the last game.
Well, and again, one of the things that Lamar and all the players have to learn to do, and that is when Kobe has a hot hand going, they still have to get themselves involved a little bit.
Keith Van Horn doesn't get the roll.
They find themselves being spectators with Kobe a little too much when he's rolling like he's rolling right now.
Now Lamar. They wanted him to bounce it inside. He's go deeper into the hole. And off the deflection, Kobe will get it. Over Daniels. Another 3. Kobe puts the Lakers up by 10, 50-40 at 32 points and counting for Kobe.
Oh, my goodness.
What a show.
Well, yeah, I know it's early yet to start talking about it, but his career high is 56, so.
First half, maybe. Plenty of time. 2:37 to play in the half. Well, hit the hot hand, please. Kobe. Everybody wants it.
The crowd wants him to shoot it.
Off the dribble. And it'll be Devin keeping it alive with Kwame. And they'll reset it. I thought he'd turn around with a little baby hook. 2:20 left and a second chance opportunity for the Lakers. He's Daniels, will he get to it? Out of bounds, last touch by Daniels.
All right, the angle of the pass Lamar tried wasn't good. I mean, too flat of an angle. You have to take another dribble or two over, increase your passing lane and angle, and that'll be a better entry pass. Kobe Bryant sitting on the bench, and boy, this crowd, they're starting to buzz a lot because they realize that number 8 has it rolling. I'd say 32 in the first half is rolling. Well, the Lakers own a 10-point advantage with 2:15 to play, and in large part, in large part, thanks to that man, Kobe Bryant. I mean, he has got it rolling. 32 points here in the first half, and he's hit an array of different-looking shots. Double kisses off the glass, 3-pointers has been especially for him in this first half, as he's knocked down 2 out of 3 from that distance. Yeah, I know you got it rolling. 42 is the record for a half, and yeah, Kobe, you got that too. He did that against the Wizards back when Michael Jordan made his last appearance at Staples Center. That's the night I thought he was going to go for about 80. But his season high is 46. His career high 56. He did it a couple of times. One of the nights against the Wizards in that game, and also against the Memphis Grizzlies.
Well, he's got 12 of the last 14 for the Lakers. Lamar, good look inside. It was contested, but I like the aggression, the initiative of Lamar right out of the timeout on the spin in front.
But here's what worries me about Kobe's domination of the offense in the first half. Kobe has taken, as the Lakers fumble a rebound away, Kobe has taken 17 shots. The next most is 3.
And Devin. Easy foul to call.
But Devin was in great position. All he had to do was keep his hand straight up. But when he tried to bring it forward a little bit, that's where contact was made. I mean, he was in real good defensive position. Go up, don't come forward, Dev. Oh, he did.
Remember, Shaq would always keep the 2 arms up, and then that angle he'd take all of a sudden every time with Shaq.
And when you bring them forward and you get contact, you may not want to believe it, but going to be a foul on you.
Now, Kobe's season high, 46, and I only bring it up because of what you just talked about, dependency on one guy. 46 this year, his season high against New Jersey, and it came in an overtime loss here at home, 102-96. You can't fall asleep the rest of the guys.
Well, it's hard to jumpstart the other guys when they're out there, but they're not out there. I mean, they've got to get some shot attempts. So now with Kobe going out for a rest, somebody else is going to have to pick it up.
Smush, double clutch. And comes up short. Now Devin Harris on the run, going to his left side, blocked away by Lamar from behind. Good retreat by Lamar to get back into the play.
Good transition. Almost to the point where Lamar probably could have taken this one out of his hands and not tried to block it. Just reach out and grab it. He didn't even see Lamar coming from behind.
And Lamar actually batted it off his hand. You'll never see it called that way, but good job by Lamar. Harris on the screen and roll. Van Horn trying to get the rim. Blocked by Kwame that time, and Lamar will get it. Great stop by the Lakers.
That's the kind of defense interiorly that they needed in their last game when someone drove to the basket.
Kwame held up by Dampier, and they're going to call a walk.
Yeah, he did. I thought he did as well.
Well, he shifted to the other side of the paint without putting it down.
But Kwame got it going with the defense. Keith Van Horn says, I got an E. Oh, my goodness. I didn't know Kwame could jump that high. Keith, yes, he can, and he just now showed it to you.
And then who's going to be quicker to the ball, Lamar or Keith Van Horn? I think I'll take Lamar on that call. 50-42, Lakers by 8, but only 8. Shooting still 53% compared to 36%, and only 8, and Dallas has missed their last 7.
Scary.
You got that. Final minute of the first half. Devin Harris trying to get inside. And he cleared out. Used his off arm, and it was seen that time. Smush Parker brought it up to Steve Javie the last time he did it, and it paid off because Steve Javie made the call.
And I like what Avery Johnson just did. Devin Harris wanted to complain on that call a lot. But Avery said, no, settle down. Let's just get back and play defense. And I think that helps your team a lot.
Now Lamar hard to the hole, draws the contact from Nowitzki. So Lamar a couple of times out of that last time out.
But again, Kobe's on the bench now.
Right.
So Lamar has to be assertive. He has to be assertive. What he needs to do a little bit more is, even when Kobe's in the game, be assertive. Maybe not as much because Kobe has got it rolling. You know, Sunday against the Rockets, 5 shot attempts, 1 field goal. The previous 8 games, he had it going, shooting 61%. So it's the fine line for him is, when do I be the facilitator and when do I also be aggressive?
Well, 7 misses with the free throw line for the Lakers. 11 of 18. Lamar gets another, trying to put them back up by 9 with 42.2 to play, and we're just a couple of minutes away from joining Bill McDonald, Jack Haley. Jack in the Box halftime report is Lamar. Looks good on the second. Now how about a stop and a final shot for the Lakers?
Yeah, that would give them a little bit of momentum going into halftime, because they put Dirk back on the floor with less than a minute to play to get some momentum for themselves.
Terry turned the corner, but Kwame was there. Lamar on the run. How about some contact? Well, he'll take the layup. Nowitzki just didn't want that third foul.
Well, and you know, that's a very smart play by Dirk.
You said it.
Why pick that third one up when they're so reliant upon him offensively as well? I'm not saying don't play defense, but look at the clock, look at the situation, and with this little bit of time left in the first half, the chances of him making that play successfully were slim to none.
Shot clock, game clock separated by right about 2 seconds. Kwame coming over. He'll dump it inside. Dampier fouled by Lamar. Would have counted had it gone. And now we'll go to the free throw line as Lamar picks up his first foul.
Well, that play, that was a gamble by Kwame that obviously didn't pay off. You cannot double team from the box. He tried to double team from the box, and that left his man right up under the cup. And Dirk found him. As Kobe's getting ready to check in for the final shot, I would say. 6 seconds. Yeah, that's a pretty good gamble.
You know, he had that towel around his shoulders. Looked like James Brown in the wings off stage, and he threw that towel off, and he was back out there. So here comes Kobe for the final 6.3.
Let's see if Avery makes an adjustment here. But they took out Kwame and Devin, bring in 2 smalls.
Daniels. Daniels is going to come in for Van Horn.
The chess game continues between the coaches.
The Lakers by 10. Dampier, believe it or not, 4 of 4 at the free throw line.
Well, you said he was an excellent free throw shooter.
Beauty.
He's just proving you right again. Look at that.
Yes. Well, that shooter's touch every time.
Absolutely, man. When you can shoot the ball that effectively, you're supposed to get those.
Here comes Kobe with the final shot of the half for the Lakers.
You think they'll double team?
I was waiting for that. The 3 from Kobe. Oh, just goodness. Barely off. So the Lakers go to the break thanks to Kobe's 32, up by 9.
Kobe having a chat with the official. He wanted to know. He thought he got fouled on that 3-point attempt. Believe it or not. And Kobe says, well, even though I got fouled, they're not going to give me that call.
Yeah, what a display. It was a treat for all of us here courtside as Kobe turned it on. 32 in the first half. Lakers by 9 at the break. They're on top 53-44 over the Mavericks. Now let's join Billy McDonald, Jack Haley, the Jack in the Box halftime report.
In the field, keep them off the free throw line a little bit, cut down on the offensive rebounds, and the Lakers should be able to get themselves a victory.
So the Lakers, as Stu mentioned, are better than 50%. And during this stretch, holding another opponent below 40%. Yeah. The Lakers did a great job in the first half Sunday night and dominating an opponent defensively. Let's see if it'll carry over because they gave up way too many points. Below 40%. Yeah. The Lakers did a great job in the first half Sunday night and dominating an opponent defensively. Let's see if it'll carry over because they gave up way too many points in the third quarter as they only came up with 15. Don't forget they had only 14 in the first quarter on Sunday night. So fresh on our minds what occurred against the Houston Rockets when the Lakers did a great job defensively in that game. You allow an opponent only 76 points on your home floor, you'd better win about 99.9% of the time. And the Lakers lost that one. 53-44, start of the second half. Will it continue for the Lakers with the stops? How about a takeaway to start it off? Smush up against Dampier and grab from behind. He'll go to the line to shoot two.
What a way to come out of the locker room.
You said it.
I mean, seriously, if you've got yourself a lead and you've done it with your defense, you come out of the locker room with a turnover, a steal, as Smush says. Thank you very much, Eric. That's the way you keep your eyes open for someone blindsiding you. And then free throws coming to Smush, who missed 3 free throws in the first half. But he's got a start here in the second half that can help the Lakers really get going.
Kobe dominated the Lakers free throw proceedings in the first half, and with good reason now that Smush had missed another. He's 1 for 5. You know, he's a guy that's hit at a very, and surprised us all, hitting almost 40% of his three-pointers. And coming into the game, you know, at the free throw line, not awful. 70%. He gets 1 of 2.
Well, that 70% will take a major hit tonight.
Yeah, 54-44. So the Lakers back up by 10. And their largest lead of the first half was 11. Nowitzki beyond the arc, hit by Cook. And that's before the shot, as he just threw it up there trying to draw the call.
There's the help and recovery. Cook was trying to help on the high screen and then recovered back to Dirk. And Dirk is he's such a threat to shoot. He had Cook up on his toes and out of defensive position.
That is the 3rd foul for Brian Cook. So let's see if they can't get some minutes out of him because he only had 7 in the first half. And plus the threat he gives the Lakers from 15 to 20 foot range. Lamar snatches down that miss.
What an outlet
pass. Beautiful one to Kobe, working against Nowitzki inside on the bank. And the contact was there in the lower portion of his body. Will it be Nowitzki?
Wow.
No. Dampier.
The key to a fast break is obviously rebounding, but that first outlet pass is vital as Lamar rebound and then nice pass almost to midcourt, and that beats the defender's back. Kobe gets fouled, goes to the line, and adds to his point total.
I'll go back to what you talked about. There's 2 early points on 3 free throws so far. Here's a 4th free throw coming up, and the early part of the third quarter tells you a lot about their second half and the rest of the way.
Absolutely. If the Lakers can really do the job coming out of the gate here, Kobe misses 1 of 2, and increase this lead, then they'll have an easier time in the fourth quarter.
Discourage your opponent early as Nowitzki is held, so Cook goes to the bench with his 4th foul. Now bringing it on the side.
Well, right now I think Phil Jackson is determined just to let Cook stay. I mean, you know, he didn't play many minutes in the first half. He's in foul trouble right now, but the way Phil Jackson is viewing it, we can always put Lamar on him or whatever, and they're going to probably let Brian Cook at least pick up number 5.
Nowitzki once again. Cook's got to worry, and that was a walk, an easy call. If anything, he thought there was going to be contact, and there was no leverage for Dirk Nowitzki. It's like a guy pulling the chair.
And like I tell all the players, you know what happens when you think. Oh boy, the team gets weakened.
So now the Lakers matching their largest lead of the contest, get it back off the turnover. The 7th by the Mavericks, 7 apiece. There was also a delay of game on Dallas after the frustration of Nowitzki. Lamar Odom up against Adrian Griffin. And a tough catch. Yeah, it was Dampier at the angle. So it's knocked away, and there's an early turnover for the Lakers. Terry off the wall, sent by Nowitzki a few times. And a moving wall at that. The double frees up. And Chris Mihm cleans it up as they tried to get it inside. Josh Howard blocked away. On the spin, Kobe's grabbed. He'll go to the line to shoot two, and Nowitzki's got a technical. That's an easy call. Right in front of Steve Javie.
Steve Javie, I like the way Javie gave the technical, though. No real, energy in it. He just looked at Dirk and said, I think, Dirk, I'm going to give you a T. And he gave him the real slow T as Kobe gets fouled and slaps Dirk upside the head. And that's what Dirk was upset about. He threw his arms in disgust. Steve Javie said, okay, go ahead. What else you got to say? I think it's going to cost you a couple of dollars.
Well, Nowitzki gets both. He gets the reach, then he gets the technical. Kobe gets the first. There's three coming. And so Nowitzki with three. 10-16 to play. Sixth leading scorer in the league at better than 26 a contest, and they just can't afford to lose him.
Avery Johnson having a real chat now with Steve Javie, and he just picked up a technical foul.
Been there, done that. We've seen it a few times. You got to pick your spots and pick your officials.
Look at Avery. I'll tell you something, boy. He is he's a quiet man most of the time, but when you get him riled up, and he's riled up right now.
So Mark with a fresh cut since the last time we saw him last Monday. I guess getting ready for more verbal volleyball with Phil Jackson. Boy, there's never a dull minute lately, is there? It's kind of fun for all of us to cover the league. Beats boredom, I'll tell you that. And when you got guys like Mark Cuban, and it's great to have Phil Jackson back.
Look at this.
Never a dull minute with him around.
In 5 seconds or so, Kobe's picked up 4 of the easiest points of the night. 2 technicals, and now the 2 free throws. So that's an easy way of getting into the big-time scoring call.
How about 36 now for Kobe, and we still aren't even 2 minutes into the third quarter. The Lakers by 14. Another free throw coming for Kobe. So adding to his second best scoring average in the league, better than 31 a contest.
But see, it's the histrionics of Dirk. He had no choice but to call a technical on that one. I mean,
without a doubt, right
Dirk
next
might
to
have
him.
been upset that he got hit in the face and everything, but the way his reaction was afterwards, I think the official had no choice.
Now with Dirk on the bench, can the Lakers add to this 15-point margin? Now they've missed 10 straight. 8 to close out the first half. Their first 2 of the third quarter. And Josh Howard, long range, just inside the arc. Josh Howard. Very athletic guy going to the basket most of the time. That time, though, with the shot clock winding down, good look. 59-46. Lakers by 13. Kobe had the isolation. It comes real
see that
late.
pass?
Right.
The angle of the pass, that's the thing that worries me the most when you run your offense. And no matter what offense it is, it's always the angle of pass.
Chris Smith held up. He didn't bring it back down. Dampier with the foul. And Chris works so hard early in shot clocks, and that time they found him late.
Well, I tell you something, they found him real late because he was in a situation almost where the official was thinking about calling 3 seconds, but they said no, he caught it, went right to work. We're going to give him the benefit of the doubt and give him a 3-point opportunity as he goes to the line to complete the play.
DJ Mbenga into the game. We saw him, you remember he blocked Kobe actually as he takes over. Dampier gets his 4th. When Kobe made that drive on the left side of the rack in front of us, Stu.
Right. You don't have to remind Kobe, though.
Oh, I know. Yeah, you said that night. He's got a real long memory.
Oh, yeah.
Lakers by 16 as Chris Mihm now has 4 points. 16 minutes with 4 boards. 62-46 Lakers. Now can you pour it on? Howard a little jump hook. And tapped it over to Marquise Daniels. Boy, smart play the way he directed that. He couldn't control it.
Actually, I don't know if he did it or he came over the top of Kobe so much that Kobe ended up trying to control it and couldn't, and it went right to him. But they get the easiest deuce of the evening.
Well, the Mavericks already had a team fouls. They've got 4. Lakers shoot the rest of the way. Chris Mihm over the top, and it was off the window. Blocked by Mbenga.
I'll tell you what.
It'll be a bucket for Mihm.
You talk about ceiling, and when you got somebody 6'10", making the entry pass makes it a lot easier. As Chris Mim with the seal and Lamar with the pass, and then the goaltender.
Benga, native of the Congo, in his second season with the Dallas Mavericks. So the Lakers up at 16 again. Van Horn, and they'll call Kobe on the reach. Almost take it away. Disbelief the way Kobe really doesn't respond, hardly ever. The most we've seen was the Dallas game. Yeah. When he drove that baseline, and he didn't get it when he was, well, they almost broke his elbow. Now the hesitation, little release, and it's going to fall. Marquise Daniels.
Marquise Daniels has that little floater down pat. His mid-range game, and that would be a little bit mid-range, is really good.
And now let's see if the Lakers just keep moving it around to the half-court sets. That angle, not a great one, you talked about it, but at least the Lakers keep it at the offensive end.
Angle of pass and distance that the ball has to travel. Two things to be concerned about when you're passing the ball in your offense.
Chris Mim asking for it against Benga again. Hands it off to Kobe. The fall away. It still works. Kobe's got 39. Lakers back up by 16, 66
you know
to 50.
What? That's the type of play I would milk a lot, where Kobe didn't have to do a lot off the dribble. Just pass it in and then make the cut.
Chris Mim helping out. Benga blocked by Odom. What a stop by Lamar.
Wow.
So a dose of his own medicine.
That was a major league block there. That thing went straight down.
Now Kobe going and blasting past Daniels off the window. And lots of contact. They weren't going to let Kobe go in clean. And he didn't appreciate that.
And that's what will happen when someone is serving you up like that. And I'm telling you something. Kobe is serving them up right now, and the hard foul was sure to follow pretty soon.
Right, and he blew by Daniels, but then Howard came over.
What are they calling here? Are they going to call flagrant, or they just...
Yes, it is going to be a flagrant on Josh Howard.
Kobe goes into a crowd, and I mean, they swing at the ball. Ooh.
That is a flagrant.
Oh, that's very close to flagrant, too, because he went to the head. I mean, really to the head. Bam! Woo! Like I said, Kobe's got a memory.
And Kobe's talk about a cool customer for not retaliating. It'd be easy to jump into a guy's face. And then all of a sudden, it's only a flagrant, but you picked up a tee. That is something else. To maintain your composure like Kobe did after what we just saw.
I mean, cause he really gets hit upside the head.
Yep.
Right across the noggin. Pow!
So Kobe with a couple on the flagrant. And the Lakers will bring it in. And Avery Johnson has just been thrown out. He picked up his second technical.
And he knew it was coming, so as soon as he said what he said, he started walking off the floor. Avery looked at the clock and the scoreboard and said, 17 points. We just seem like we can't turn around. Maybe I should get this second one, see if I can instill some life into my team. As I think that technical was pretty much choreographed.
And by the way, Kobe gets another free throw and capitalizes on the technical against Avery. So Kobe's got 40, 41 with that make. 15 of 18 to the stripe in 25 minutes of play. Brian Cook will sit down as the Lakers bring in Devin George. A lot of time. 7:46 to play. So Del is, well, not exactly Alexander Haig, but Del Harris has taken over. Lakers by 18, their biggest lead. Kobe. And it's going to be a loose ball foul on Chris Mim coming over the back of Mbenga. That'll be the third team foul on the Lakers, and the fourth, actually, and the third on Chris.
You talk about dagger. Kobe tried to put a dagger in him with that one. I mean, he caught the ball 30 feet from the basket. Early in the clock, it just said, boom, I want to take it and bury you.
Well, you see that 15-6 run. Most of it coming to the free throw line for the Lakers. 7.5 to play in the third. And foul. It'll probably be Smush riding Jason Terry. Same complaint for Smush, saying, using the off arm. But again, another guy going to his strong side, getting the first step to his strong side. Jason Terry this time.
Well, Dirk Nowitzki checking back into the game. He's had some ice put on a welt under the eye or so. So he's back now. 15 points and 8 boards for Dirk, number 6 scorer in the league.
It's not a physical game, though.
It is surely turning into one. It's one the officials are now probably from this point forward, from the place where Kobe got hit,
right,
that flagrant foul. They're going to really start calling it close.
Jason Terry gets his 2 free throws, but he is a guy that averages almost 17 a game, and he's only got 3 so far. So the starters not exactly coming through. Howard at 7, Dampier at 7. Nowitzki back into the game with 15. Chris Mihm, isolation by Keith Van Horn, and there's the reach. Couple of free throws. It's a mismatch. Center against not even really a power forward, a small forward.
Well, Mihm to the line for a 1+1. We could be here for quite a spell.
Get comfortable.
Do we order out? Order in?
It's already covered. And I got the menu.
We may miss breakfast. 6 points for Chris in 18 minutes, and he's looking to add to that total.
So opportunity for a double-double tonight for Chris Mihm. Kwame Brown off the bench had a couple of boards and a couple of assists in the first half and 9 minutes of play. And that is going to be by committee because, as Phil Jackson said, too often when Chris and Kwame were in the game at the same time earlier this year, they were on top of each other. There just wasn't the proper spacing. Now, will it be saved? Yes, thanks to Leroy Richardson. But he's out of bounds and he's a part of the floor. Disbelief. That look says everything for Marquise Daniels.
He just mishandles the ball, and then he's trying to get to it, and the official's out of bounds. He says, wait a minute. You can't do that and keep dribbling when I'm part of it and I'm out of bounds. So let's see what happens on this turnover. This one could create a timeout by the Mavericks.
It'll be smushed for 3. Too long.
That's all right.
Trying to open up a huge one. Jason Terry very quiet tonight, but Nowitzki in a good catch position against a smaller man. And on the scoop. Lamar came over, but it was too late on the double. 69-54. 17 for Nowitzki, who averages better than 26 a game.
And I think Dirk is going to really look to be aggressive offensively now. I mean, he realizes obviously the team is down a bundle. They've had some calls that they don't like.
His zone. Kobe loves it. Kobe up to 44.
Well, if they're going to play a zone, it better be a box and one. They better put a man on Kobe. But if they let him just roam around the baseline and the perimeter, hot as he is tonight.
Now Van Horn, ridden by Mihm. Oh, that was patented. We've seen that a lot. A frozen rope running hook by Keith Van Horn.
I don't know if I've ever seen Keith take that shot before.
Oh, Kobe inside. And they'll call the charge, saying that Van Horn had the position early. 72-56. Lakers turned it over for a 9th time, and Kobe gets his 3rd foul.
Well, 16-point margin here with 6 minutes to go in the 3rd.
Ton of time.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's just one of those games that just has me really worried.
Well, we talked about it at the half because the Lakers shot so well, better than 50%, 53% to be exact. It was barely 35-36% to the Dallas Mavericks, yet the Lakers were only up by 9. Missed free throws haven't helped the Lakers tonight. How about through all of the good things we've been talking about, the Lakers up by 16, 22 of 33. They've got 11 missed free throws in the game. Way too many.
Well, way too much time left, too. I mean, that's the thing that you would think that Dallas, which is a real good scoring team, they're going to soon start to find their mark. They're only shooting 39%, so give the Lakers credit on the defensive end, but here they are cleaning it up as Lamar gets called for holding on Dirk. So this could get to be really interesting with free throws. 2 free throws are going to be coming to Dirk when we come back. There's a timeout on the floor. 5 minutes and 52 seconds to play. You think basketball is just a little bit physical? Nah, maybe. And then maybe not. I got to see that replay again. Dirk says, I'd say it's physical. They knocked me upside my skull. Kobe said, thinking about getting knocked upside the skull. You hit me again like that, and we're going to dance.
He did. Do you believe this guy? Obviously, he likes golf a lot. Well, I'm glad he likes the hardwood. That's all I know.
You got 46 games in your career where you scored 40 or more. That puts you as a pretty good player, I guess. Record. You got a ways to go, Kobe, to get to the record. 271 by Will. Wow.
Now Nowitzki gets the first of 2. Laker lead down to 15 with an eternity left in this game. 5:52 remaining. How about Kobe? He's 43 in the win last Monday in Dallas. So over the last 5, he has averaged 37 a game against the Mavericks. And, well, it's going to go up again. Still so much time left. 13 of 21 for the field, by the way, and those 44 points for Kobe. Now Chris Mihm with a mismatch. Working against Keith Van Horn as they run through to clear space. Repost. Got to make a decision in a hurry. Shot clock down. He'll go underneath. And boy, Van Horn got away with one, and Mihm makes it work. Boy, that wasn't easy for Chris.
It wasn't pretty. There was contact, but the official ruled that not enough to send him to the line.
Van Horn for 3, real short. And Chris Mihm both ends of the floor.
Oh.
Almost gave it away, and he did.
See, there it is. You know, so concerned about getting it to Kobe early. There were 2 players closer to Chris than Kobe.
Right.
You know, give it to them. Let Kobe walk up the floor so he can save some whatever energy's left for the offensive end when he's in catching and shooting.
And it goes back to trust everybody else too. And Devin was right on his hip.
Again, I mean, they realize he's got the hot hand working, and every time they can, they're trying to get him the ball.
Nowitzki tries to throw it down. On the putback, it's going to be short by Marquise Daniels, and Lamar's got it. There's a break for the Lakers.
That's the way you attack it, Dirk. That was an aggressive play. Very aggressive.
He was trying to make a statement for his teammates. Kobe off the crossover. Got it again. He's got 46. Lakers lead by 19. So Kobe has matched his season high. That came earlier this year against New Jersey. Devin Harris and Jobin was a good pass. Couldn't handle it.
Hit him in a bad spot. The hands.
Kobe again. And almost taken away by Devin George. Good effort, Dev. So the Lakers by 19, their biggest lead of the night. 4:28 left in the third. So after one of their worst performances offensively of the year, well, looks like they could hit about 90 by the end of 3. But we knew it would be different against the Dallas Mavericks. Tempo and everything else. After 109-106 Lakers last Monday. Shot clock coming down. Nowitzki doesn't mind in the standstill position. And Kobe skies for that one. Kobe doesn't have the numbers, but boy, he's trying to make his own statement. On the reverse, he does.
That's why I said.
Lakers by 21.
I said, watch this. I knew what he was getting ready to do. I knew he was going to attack the 2 defenders. I was just concerned. I didn't know how he was going to do it.
How do you slow this train down? Well, there's an air ball from 15 feet for Devin Harris. So I think the crowd enjoyed it a little bit at his expense. Tonight, you're right. Eighth wonder of the world. Absolutely on target tonight. He's got 48.
He's wearing a Sasha jersey. He's
trying to bring that
Where's
karma.
His Kobe jersey?
He's trying to bring that karma to Sasha. Kobe blows past Daniels, and it's spiked away, but it'll be a foul on Ja.
Well, Kobe's going to the line here, but the play right before this, when the Lakers got the rebound and pushed it up, Kobe was the guy pushing it up. 2 defenders are back, and Kobe says, I'm going right between them. I mean, just right between them. So Kobe with 2 free throws can get to the 50-point mark with 3:32 to go in the third. LeBron James has the most points in the NBA this season with 52. And I would say it's pretty safe to say, I'm going to go out on a limb. I think Kobe might get 52. What do you think? Maybe?
I'll take the over. Lakers 79-57.
The only guy that can stop number 8 tonight is Joe Jackson.
Now, well, he's been out there for 29 minutes, and if it gets out of hand, you want to save him. So,
well, he's not going to start.
50-point game for Kobe. Timeout, and they are on their feet for one guy. That is Kobe Bryant.
He's not going to start the 4th quarter, I don't believe. I mean, when he comes out, they're going to play this one by ear and see what he does, what the team does without him, because he has got this team up 80-57. In their last 3 games, obviously the defense has something to do with their improved play.
Yeah, the Lakers were outscored to 35-14 in the 3rd quarter against Houston. They have outscored Dallas 27-13 so far in the 3rd quarter this evening. So still a ton of time left in the quarter, and Kobe stays out there.
Yeah, there's 3:25. That's why I was thinking he'll play the 3rd here. But I was be very surprised if he comes onto the floor to start the 4th, and then the score is going to dictate whether he plays at all. in the fourth. It's very similar to what he did against Memphis when one of the times he scored 56. He did it in 3 quarters. That's the most amazing thing. He didn't even play in the fourth quarter.
So 6 games of 50 or more for Kobe, with 50 tonight. Elgin with the Laker record at 71, but he's not going to be on the floor that long. At least we all hope he's not going to be on the floor that long, meaning the Lakers have put it away.
Yeah, well, as I mentioned, he had obviously chances of doing that against Mint when he got to 56 in 3 quarters. I thought he had a shot at it when he had 42 in the first half against the Wizards that we talked about earlier in the game, when Michael's last game here at Staples Center.
Well, the Lakers 7 of 10 so far from the field here in the third. So, and
see,
Kobe,
that's a bad zone.
And, well, he's not ready. It barely got the rim. We've talked about those quick ones where you're looking for something, some type of rebound, and then it surprises you because it didn't get much of the rim for Josh Howard.
Went right off his fingertips out of bounds, so the Lakers get a fresh 24.
Bush, look at I found. Wasn't ready for that. Luke Walton's in the game for the Lakers. On the inside of the shot clock, a fresh one for Chris Mim. He's going to, well, he lost it, but it goes right to Luke. When in doubt, instead this time Smush for 3. He got it. Lakers 83 to 58 at 25 and counting. Smush has 7.
Well, I tell you, I like the fact that somebody other than Kobe took the shot.
And Luke went into the corner. Kobe was available on the wing and deep on the wing. That's Josh Howard. And a couple of Lakers there. Luke got out of the way. Chris Mim takes it. Chris has 6 boards with 9 points. Kobe trying to lose his man on the teardrop. What a beauty. 52. 85-58.
That ties the season high in the NBA with LeBron James. Now he's 4 points away from tying his career high.
A little more than 2 minutes to play in the spectacular third quarter for Kobe. And good defense. Yeah, real strong by Luke, and he did get the man. He did not follow. Kobe free for 3. Way too strong. And it went off the side of the rim. Inside of 2 minutes to play, and Smush says, I knocked it off him. Not selling, not buying at least.
Well, Kobe's got 1 minute and 50 seconds left to add to his point total. I'm telling you, I don't think we're going to see him in the fourth quarter.
Well, that's good because he played 43.5 minutes last Monday night against this team. And up at the top 5 in minutes played. 85-58. Devin Harris taken away. Kobe was there. Now Kobe in the race with Nowitzki and knocked out of bounds.
Look at Kobe. He looked at the official like, I didn't get fouled on that play.
1-on-3. Yeah, we've seen enough free throws already in the third. Plenty of those. Lakers have taken 35-22 by the Mavericks. Kobe now against Adrian Griffin. On the follow, it's blocked. And that was Devin Harris coming over to help out. So it took 2, and they finally got the stop. You're enjoying it.
Oh, boy. I'm enjoying the fact that the Lakers are bouncing back from a very disappointing loss in their last game against the Rockets.
Right, and only 35% shooting. I mean, they played well enough defensively to win that game on Sunday night. Crossover by Smush, going strong to the hole. Job says, clean that stuff out of here. So Sagana Diop with a block.
Didn't get into Sagana's body. I mean, you give a big that much space and show him the ball, trying a shot from the holster, you're going to eat it.
Trying to set the pick. Kobe on the run. Man, Luke trying to lead him. He's tripped, though. Kobe will go to the line. Look at that little pass by Luke, though. Like a quarterback leading the wide receiver. I'm going to flip it over your shoulder.
And that pass should never happen. The guy guarding Luke Walton should be shading under the basket so that there's no pass along the baseline. There's nobody guarding Luke. They're double teaming Kobe, and they can throw it right under the bucket. He gets tripped up. He gets fouled. He's at the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, he's got enough energy to get a couple of more there. At least 1 so far. 53 for Kobe. 18 of 21 at the free throw line. Currently a 14-1 run for the Lakers over the first or the last 4.5 minutes. They're really taking advantage of the situation. And it's up to 29 points. The lead for the Lakers, 87-58. Kobe's got 54.
54 on 29 shots. Yeah, that's efficient.
That is production.
Wow.
Adrian Griffin setting up Josh Howard. Van Nowitzki's there. Taken away. Block. Kobe with Devin George.
Devin's got a piece of that.
Yes, that sandwich. Kobe had it snaked away, but a foul. He'll go to the line to shoot 2 more. You know, he's ever since that tomahawk chop across the side of his face and his neck from Josh Howard. Talk about a determined athlete.
Well,
he's always that way.
He's determined from the very beginning, but when you add something to the mix, you can see what can develop here. And the coaching staff of the Lakers are all sitting there, and I think what they're all saying in their heads, minute and 2 left. Minute and 2.
He's sitting on this one to match his career best of 56 points.
Yeah, all of them.
That came 2 against Memphis.
Look at Kurt and PJ, arms crossed. Are they bored?
Yeah, day at the beach. And he has just matched his career best of 56 points, giving the Lakers a 31-point lead, 89-58. Final minute of an unbelievable third quarter for Kobe. He's got 24 in the quarter.
He must have a lot to have 56 right now.
32 at the break, 24 at the quarter. Harris setting up Griffin, and he threw it out of bounds, or did Kobe get a piece of it? Yes. And we're looking underneath. Actually, it was Howard. And it'll belong to the Mavericks with only 5 left on the shot clock. It's a team that's got the 3rd best record in the NBA, don't forget. Devin Harris, awkward. Man, off balance. He didn't look comfortable on that shot, but he got it to go down. So 11 for Devin Harris. Do you think they'll try for that 2-for-1? 39.2 to
2 for 1. Kobe ain't worried about no 2-for-1 right here.
I had to bring it up.
Kobe's worried about getting a new career high.
I just want to make sure you're still listening. Listen to the chant in the background. We'll lay out. They're all over Kobe. What a start to an MVP season for Kobe on the leader. Yes! A new career best, and he's fouled. Kobe's at 58.
Are you kidding me? Well, I'll tell you something. He's giving the fans their money's worth tonight. He's giving me my money's worth tonight.
Everybody in this building disbelieved.
I paid.
91-60 with 26 seconds left, adding to a career best as Kobe has 29.
But how good? He can't be too good. Dallas is still beating him 60-59.
59 for
Dallas,
Kobe.
If Kobe was good, he'd have more than Dallas. Come on, now look at the score. Kobe's got 59, Dallas has 60.
You know, you put a lot of pressure on the guy. 59 for Kobe, 60 for the Mavericks. And a lot of the breaks that have come his way, he's been 1 on 3.
I mean, the guy gets the jumper, gets walked under, he gets the hoop and the foul. Oh, he's in one of those moods and modes tonight.
Now, Devin Harris gets the first of 2. Very talented team. It's not like he's doing it against a cellar dweller either. This is a real athletic, talented team. It comes in, as I mentioned, with an 18-6 record. Man, after the missed free throw, final shot time. I guess who's going to take it? Tough call.
Dallas ought to foul somebody else so that Kobe can't get it.
Now Kobe for 3. I don't believe it. Incredible. 95-61. Adds to his career best. 62 for Kobe.
Hey, I take it back. He is good because he has more than Dallas has.
Kobe threw 3, acknowledging the crowd on their feet, and he has outscored the Mavericks at the end of the third quarter.
They better give him a standing O right now because this is the last you'll see him tonight. The young man is done. He's done. Look at Rick. Rick says, I've seen a lot in my days, but yeah, is he the 8th wonder of the world? Tonight he is. He has put on an absolute clinic. Offensively, he has destroyed the Mavericks. Outscored them by himself. I've never seen it done.
He heard you.
62 for Kobe and 61 for the Mavericks.
Start of the fourth quarter at Staples Center, which is still buzzing. It's electric tonight thanks to Kobe's 62 points. He has outscored the Mavericks through 3 quarters, and he deserves a break. But will he be back? LaRon Profit. And they're going to call the charge on Profit. I don't think he'll be back. Hopefully he won't. 12 seconds into the 4th quarter. 95-61 Lakers.
The only way he could pop back into this game, in my opinion, is if the Dallas Mavericks went on such a roll that the score all of a sudden becomes in question. And then obviously DJ would put him back in.
Jason Terry hits for 3 before Profit can recover on that far side. 95-64. So Lamar owed him out there, and it's going to be a hold as Sasha was running away from Devin Harris.
Well, Kobe joins a very elite group of Lakers in the history of the franchise. Only 4 other guys have been able to score 60 or more in a game for the Lakers. Elgin with 71 leads the way, and Wilt had 61. Jerry West with 63, and tonight Kobe joins the mix.
Lamar coming up empty as it went across the rim to Devin Harris. So the Lakers 95-64. And Lamar
changed that shot,
without a doubt. Without contact, just got in front of Harris, his length. Sasha inside the arc, and hits just keep on coming. Sasha in rhythm from Lamar, 97-64. He's sitting over there, and you see Kobe. I think gives everybody a little confidence. Terry, another 3? No. Man, it'll be LaRon Profit. So an opportunity for some of the reserves to get some minutes in the 4th. Lamar trying to get to the hole. And it's knocked away, but right back to Lamar. That's kind of the way it's worked for the Lakers in the second half.
Quick pass to Kwame, and I don't know if Kwame's hands were in the ready position.
Well, that time he was. Luke with a good pass. And a couple of free throws coming up. Van Horn from behind with the foul.
Well, free throws coming to Kwame Brown, and Kwame's 1 out of 2 from that spot on the floor. 1 point in the ball game in 10 minutes, so he's got a chance here to add to that total.
So 2 for Kwame, saved $20 on 2 Laker tickets, courtesy of Miller Brewing Company. Look for the voucher on Miller Genuine Draft 18 packs at participating stores. The offer is good while supplies last. Get all the details. You can go to Lakers.com and join us out here at Staples Center. Now the Lakers 29 of 41 at the strike. Mavericks 17 of 24. That's a season high for the Lakers. It had been 41. The other way, Devin Harris. Kid's a talented youngster.
Yes, he is.
Very talented. And he's going to be around this league a long time. And especially playing for a guy that can teach him as well as Avery Johnson, who played at the lead guard spot that well for so long. Great floor leader. Little general they called Avery, and with good reason. Good pass, move. And LaRon gets a couple of free throws. Now, it's funny. Kwame goes to the line. If he hits 2 free throws, give him an assist. That Luke Walton, because you know you don't get the assist when a guy's hammered like that. That's tough.
We have been, I have been a proponent of that for a long time, where all you'd have to do is change the definition of an assist in the rule book. And right now, it's a pass that leads to a basket, and all it needs to be is a pass that leads to 2 points, or more.
Made free throws, 2 points, and LaRon Profit.
That's some of the things I talk about when I say stats are misleading. I can give you 10 passes in a game, and you get fouled on each one of them that you score on from the free throw line, and I don't get an assist. And people say, oh, well, you weren't passing the ball.
And Luke's got 3 assists. He could have a lot more, though, with the passes we've seen by Luke Walton tonight. And Kobe got one where he went to the free throw line on a little inbounds pass. Adrian Griffin to the baseline. And Kwame let it get away as Sagana dropped from behind him. She almost tipped it in. Now LaRon Profit against the bigger man in the crossover. Left Van Horn on the reverse. A nice move by LaRon Profit. Lakers 101-66.
LaRon's been watching Kobe play a little bit, huh? That's very reminiscent of the move that Kobe makes so often, as he just crosses him over. Says, pow, he's gone. Where'd he go, Keith? Find him on the other side of the basket as he lays it up and lays it in.
And you know what? As the season progresses, the more we see LaRon Profit, the more we like LaRon Profit. And the kind of the court savvy he brings. The Lakers by 35. Kwame with a one-handed catch and the finger roll. Well, I guess that's too much for the catch and the make.
Well, again, that's the one he's got to try to hammer that one a little bit.
Right. Jason Terry cleaned off the glass by Lamar. Sasha on the break. Perfect pass, Luke. There's another assist that got away from Luke. You can see it coming up here.
You don't have to change the rule book for that one, though.
Jason Terry, you're right. Terry gets another three. The Lakers lead it by 32. Inside of 9 left. 101-69.
See, next time out, I'm going down to the official scores table, and I'm going to
running clock. Yep, I knew you were going there. I've been to a lot of high school games the last 3 years. Running clock.
During timeout, take a couple of minutes off.
Got to go. It'll be Laurent Prophet from Kwame. And Sashi wanted it. Devin Harris. Jason Terry trying to get him back into the game. Lamar had something to do with that again. Just the close on Terry. Now Terry takes it away.
Now these are kind of games where discipline, mental discipline with the players is going to be very, very tough. You have to keep doing the things that the coaching staff wants you to do. This is not a 10-minute playground game now. This is constructive, structured basketball, supposedly.
They'll carry out and execute the way we talked about it before. The second unit, they don't have a Kobe out there all the time. Lamar on the stutter step, and the spin away from Jop is grabbed by Griffin. But run the offense.
Yeah, that's
the key.
And that keeps the game cleaner. I mean, because with the score like it is, it can get to be a very, very ragged game. It's up to the players to keep it pretty clean. Kobe Bryant, yep, you have had yourself quite an evening. And Laurent Prophet, he says, let me see, Kobe does this shot quite a bit here, quite a bit. Let's see how he did that. Crossover, take off, go to the other side, hang. Pretty close. Pretty close.
December to Remember sales event now through January 3rd. Spectacular night in downtown Los Angeles, and well, we are all sitting in on history. That's what it boils down to. Kobe with 30 in the third. We'll talk about that in a moment. And we're going to head down courtside with Patrick O'Neal joining us tonight. We'll be talking to one of the Lakers right after the game. We got a collar one guy. Josh Howard tried and that only served notice that Kobe was going to take over. Billy McDonald, Jack Haley, Southern California Sports Report, coming up right after the game tonight. Lamar, 6 points, 8 boards, 2 assists on 2 of 5 shooting. And it's easy to feel that way when you got 62 in your pocket.
I'm surprised they're sitting that close to Kobe. I mean, you get a burn. Hot as he is, you get some kind of a burn on his skin. He's nodding to his buddy Rick Fox over there.
And Lamar gets 1 of 2, but 30 in the quarter. That is a Lakers franchise record. Kobe had tied it before with 24 in a quarter. Owned it with Jerry West and Elgin Baylor. And now he's all by himself with 30 in the third against the Dallas Mavericks. Devin Harris off the pick, doesn't get the roll. Luke Walton timed it well again. We've talked about how we are spoiled by Kobe's brilliance. Laurent Prophet rewarded running the baseline of Lamar found him.
And that's what happens when you don't quit on a play. When Lamar made a move toward the basket, Laurent didn't stop to say, oh, he's going to take the shot. He kept moving as well, and he helped Lamar because Lamar got shut off and got him an assist.
I don't think anybody's played better in the first quarter of the season than Kobe. You know, everybody's speculating at the quarter pole who's the MVP so far. And individual awards, that's not what it's all about. Kobe has already shown us that he can get it done as a team player, almost to an extreme last game when he went 6 for 13. And they needed more shots from him.
Look at the Lakers scoring tonight.
Right.
Though. Chris Mim has 9. He's second on that list to Kobe.
But I don't know if anybody has played at the level Kobe has played, and the reason the Lakers are 3 games over the 500 mark. He has been that high and that good. Luke with a teardrop runner.
Normally, you just don't win games when one guy has that kind of a game. It's very difficult when nobody else is scoring.
And the Lakers lost that game.
It happens at times, as it's happening tonight, but you don't want to be a team that relies on that very often.
Now, a long time ago, and the Lakers lost when Kobe scored 46. We talked about that against New Jersey in overtime right here at Staples Center. I was a part of and did the telecast of David Robinson scoring 71 at the Sports Arena against the Clippers. It'll go right back. I was on the wrong end, though, of David Robinson's 71, so it didn't mean quite as much.
Yeah. Right.
It wasn't a thrill.
Right. You wanted to throw something out there, didn't you? to block the shot.
Yeah, but you can't get mad at the Admiral. He is such a good person.
Yeah, he is that.
He's the best.
We got 6 minutes and 17 seconds to play. Here's that timeout I was telling you about. If I'm not back in time, you going out without me.
I like
I'm going down and I'm pulling the plug on the timer score. I don't think we can last 6 more minutes to go in this game. 106-73.
Special night at Staples Center, and good to have you with us on FSN West, and hopefully it is a record crowd on FSN West tonight. We sat in on history, 62, a career best for one of the most magnificent athletes we will ever see.
You talk about a guy that showcased some talents in a game, and that was Kobe tonight. You know, he left the game at the end of the third, obviously, so he only played 3 quarters. When he left the game, after scoring a franchise record 30 in that third quarter, he had personally outscored the entire Mavericks team. It was 62-61 favored Bryant.
I like the DNP. Did not play. Cook, or make a Devin, no, it was Brian Cook. That's effort in a game that you're leading by 33 points, 106-73. Joel Myers, Tulans. Patrick O'Neal courtside after the game is going to be talking, hopefully with Kobe.
A good effort by Brian Cook. Either that or he says my brakes aren't good, and all of it, oops, headstand. Oh, nice roll.
What about the lady walking by? Look what I found. In traffic, Devin Harris, and it's knocked out of bounds. Hit him along for the Dallas Mavericks with 6 left on the shot clock. So the Lakers have taken the season series for the Mavericks.
I just hope that both teams can get out of this game in the final 6 minutes without anybody getting injured.
Darrell Armstrong in for the first time. Shot clock all the way down. And there's a guard who recognized it. You saw Devin Harris. It was his ankles when he tried to get rid of it. Smart kid.
Well, that time I got to see my man Andrew Bynum getting ready to check in on the next dead ball.
The jersey's too soil free. 5:54 to play. Next whistle, Bynum's in. Powell is also in for the first time for the Dallas Mavericks.
Well, Kwame, you know you're going out. You better take a shot.
And he will. Doesn't get the roll as Luke almost kept it alive.
It's amazing how many times players look over at the scorer's table and see who's there, and they say, uh-oh, I'm going out. I'm getting this shot.
Van Horn. That kind of night for Keith. Armstrong. And last touch, they say, by Sasha. Even though Armstrong knew he touched it last year, that's why it was head first into the standard. 106-73. At this point, as Stu just mentioned, get out of here healthy. 3-game road trip coming up for the Lakers. It'll be Orlando on Friday night, Miami on Sunday, and then the Washington Wizards. Mbenga didn't finish. Now Luke. Had to worry about the walk and the charge. That's stopping on a dime, isn't it? Sasha, deep 2. 2 deep. And a loose ball foul coming up on the Lakers. It'll be Brian Cook. Or Laurent Prophet instead. That is going to be Prophet's third. Cook, it would have been his 5th. It's the first team foul on the Lakers in the quarter. Well, more than 5 to play. So the Lakers back to 3 over the 500 mark. That is the best they've been. The lead tonight for the road, 14-11. We're going to see the man child. And what a player he is going to be. Dwight Howard to the Orlando Magic. Talk about building a franchise around a guy. Good look again. Devin Harris. You'll see him for many years to come.
Well, Devin
He's
Harris,
got 17.
He has such speed that he gets himself free. That's how he gets separation, just with speed. It's not that he's doing anything where he gets body with you and separates you from him.
Luke off the dribble. And Andrew Bynum couldn't hang on. Pinball.
Oh, and Laurent Prophet, I think, hurt his ankle.
And Andrew with a sweeping hook. And you're right, Laurent Prophet. And
I don't know if that's an ankle or an Achilles.
Did he just cramp up a little bit?
I think he's
hurt in definite pain, though, unfortunately.
And the way he grabbed at it, it was almost like it wasn't a twisted ankle. I shouldn't be speculating up here, but let's just hope it's nothing serious, as Laker trainer Gary Vitti immediately, I believe, is going to try to take him to the locker room. Wow, let's just hope it's nothing serious. 4 minutes and 20 seconds left here to play in the 4th in a game that's belonged to the Lakers, especially because of one Kobe Bryant. Well, 4 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the ball game. The Lakers are comfortably up in front, 108-77, 42 points in that third quarter. Broke this open, and it was all because of Kobe. But the attention now is on Laurent Prophet. Got injured on that play. Somehow injured his foot. The extent of the injury, we haven't been informed yet. They won't tell us that. But you can see when he grabbed down toward his Achilles, that's what led me to believe it was and Achilles.
Now the lob, and just a little bit too tall, even for Andrew Bynum and behind him. But Luke Walton talked to him out of the timeout. We saw something was brewing because they walked together. So inside of 4 left. Josh Powell on the dribble penetration. Man, the big guy couldn't get it done. A rookie out of North Carolina State. For the Lakers with Devin Green out there, Andrew Bynum, Luke Walton, and Brian Cook. Devin on the baseline. A little bit long. Darrell Armstrong, no fouls. And the rebound taken away by Armstrong. Sasha didn't see what hit him.
You talk about a guy with a bundle of energy.
Yeah, he's a workaholic.
Armstrong.
And
never stopped.
He had to work to get into the league. Fayetteville State and played the CBA.
He's played in every league there is.
Right. Worked hard just to get here. Like those players did figure the long-range plans a couple of years ago of the Orlando Magic. That's the 6th. That's called on Harris. So Harris is fouled out of the game with 18 and 5 boards. Core is what's coming up for the Lakers. Orlando, Miami, and Washington. And then right here on FSN West, we'll be here against the Memphis Grizzlies a week from tomorrow. Memphis heartbreak last night, losing in double overtime to the Detroit Pistons. Phillips hit a shot. Lakers looking for help, and they got it. That was the 9th loss for Memphis. This will be the 7th loss for Dallas. San Antonio did lose tonight, right? San Antonio lost a real close one at Milwaukee in overtime, 109-107. So Dallas had an opportunity to stay even in the loss column, and even in fact with the win tonight, moving to a tie for the lead in the Southwest Division.
Well, Devin Green goes to the line and knocks down his first free throw. Has another one coming, so he's in the scoring column.
Yeah, and on these boxes that are historic, you want to be in the column. You want to. I mean, you want to be in print.
You mean
it was Kobe's night.
Something other than all zeros.
Right. Hey, frame it. I scored. He had 62. Got in the book as well.
That's when you say Kobe and I, we combined for 65. He had 62. I had 3.
Now Powell choked off on the baseline. Line him over. He commits the foul with a second left of the shot clock. So the Lakers are going to go to 14 and 11. That's why that hurt so much on Sunday night. 15 and 10. They'd be right behind. And the Clippers suffered their 9th loss tonight. They're 15 and 9. Phoenix at 14 and 9. Only a half game back in the Pacific Division. The Lakers go back to the road where they've got one of the best road records now in the NBA. And who would have believed that after the Lakers won only 12 games on the road last year? Different formula completely for Phil Jackson and the way they do things.
Well, this 3-game trip coming up is it's going to be a challenging one. You mentioned their 8 and 5 record so far this year after only winning 12 on the road all of last year. We don't want to talk about the final 12 contest that they played on the road.
Find him. Little one in the middle. Staying with the play. Over Mbenga.
Travel.
And he walked with the basketball.
I like the effort, though.
Right.
I really like the effort. Nice effort by Andrew.
He's grown an inch since they drafted him. So Andrew is now 7'1", and they say, when I say they say, the doctors say he should top out at about 7'2". Forecasting height.
Wow.
Better than meteorology. Sasha for Devin Green.
What are you doing?
Right.
Shoot the basketball when you get another.
Right. When you're never on the floor to begin with. And Mbenga with the two-hander. 110-83.
But Devin
is still by 27.
Devin is such a unselfish player. I mean, that's another one of those guys that the Lakers have that they have to really kind of urge to be more aggressive. Devin Green, I'm talking about.
Yeah, he's got a great feel for the game, and that's what they like so much in training camp.
He does. He has a very nice feel for the game.
Yeah, moves off the ball well, spaces. Has a real good feel and flow. On the pick and roll, and Mbenga. Man, despite the fact Cook got a piece of it, it went down. Not easy for the big fella. 110-85. Well, this is the positive that the Lakers were looking for with a couple of days off before playing again on Friday. They take 2 of 3 on the homestand and a 3-second call on Andrew Bynum. Now, if a vet stays here for 8 seconds, it's not called.
But they have to call that one, I think. I thought Andrew was in there quite a spell myself.
How about Detroit's road record? 12 and 2. 12 and 2. That's incredible.
That's a veteran team.
Right.
Really is just a blue-collar type of a team. They just keep working, and that's one of the secrets to their success.
And the Lakers are tied for right now the third best road record in the NBA at 8-5 with the San Antonio Spurs. Good job, Brian Cook, just to bat it ahead. San Antonio at 8-5 away from home. Dallas at 8-4, second best road record. Lakers at 8-5, headed to Orlando. Devin Green over the big guy. Right on the line, but a little bit long. Over Sagana Diop. And Mbenga, man, the foul, despite the block by Brian Cook. You know, the player of the game, it's a tough call tonight. Really difficult.
Well, I don't think it's difficult at all. I mean, gee, I'm giving it to Sasha.
I knew you were going there.
Kobe? What did he do?
62 in 33, and the one thing, and Stu asked for it, about 90 seconds left in the quarter. You predicted it, actually, because you asked for it. You wanted to see Kobe outscore Dallas through 3. He had 62 points after 3. Outscored him 62-61. And that, now, I don't know if you ever see that.
I don't think I've ever seen that before. I mean, my memory is not as good. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
A senior moment. It's a block for Brian Cook on the weak side. Everybody just get out of here healthy. 56.5. We have not received word yet on the injury to Laurent Prophet. And I'm looking down to see if we're going to get anything for the PR staff. That could be a pizza delivery, though. Somebody's on the phone over there. Nowitzki, he got a shiner from Kobe. And that's what really started it all. When Kobe went in and got fouled, and then Josh Howard really cracked Kobe across the head about a minute later.
Yeah, and that was the beginning of the end.
Yeah, it became a free throw contest for the Lakers, and the Lakers got to the stripe a lot.
Especially Kobe. 22 out of 25 from the free throw line. Kobe Bryant. 48 free throws for the Lakers as a team. This is 29 and 30 for the Mavericks. So this is, you know, my favorite part of the game was watching free throws. So I was really thrilled to see it.
Yeah, we just saw that shot. Mark Cuban still courtside here at Staples Center, and he's one of the real good owners, new owners in the NBA. He's one of those guys that has just energized the city. You go to Dallas now, it's like you've never seen before in that city for basketball. It was pretty good when Dick Motta had Derek Harper and those guys about 25 years ago, or is it 30 now? Lose track sometimes. My senior moment, but real interesting is Bengal get the cleanup. 39.1 to play. What has transpired in Dallas because of the energy and the economics that he's put back in with a brand new building.
Well, we're winding it down.
Sasha.
No fouls.
And blocked by Diop. Diop has lost 35 pounds. We talked about that when we were in Dallas. He looks like a totally different player. The last couple of years with Cleveland, he just couldn't move.
Really looks good.
Yep.
Really looks good. And they're really happy with the way he's progressed this season so far.
Devin Green off the bounce from Luke. So Luke gets an assist on one you don't figure. And for Luke, it's his 5th assist of the game. 112 to 88, make it 112 to 90, and that'll do it for scoring. Get it across the line and call it a night.
Get it across midcourt and sit on it until it hatches.
So the Lakers back to 3 games over the 500 mark with a very impressive performance and a spectacular one in particular for Kobe Bryant with a career best 62 points. We sat in on Laker history. Kobe a new career best. And there's no doubt in my mind, more minutes, he would have eclipsed the 71. The all-time record of Elgin Baylor. Let's head on down now with Patrick O'Neill.